I see a very promising future for very engaging human online interaction experiences. Most students, of course, this spring haven't really experienced that. They've experienced Zoom calls,
Right.
but they haven't really experienced the full thing. So maybe as a transition, I'm kind of curious, Boost and beyond, where does education, higher education, and work go to after COVID, right? And I don't even know if you can make this statement. Like I hear all these people talking about, well, post COVID, I don't know if it's actually going to have a proper end, right? We're never going to
Yeah.
probably have a full return to normalcy. Let's just say the pandemic has largely subsided, or we have, gotten a vaccine in a
Mhm.
substantial enough way where we get that. Where do things go after that?
It's a really good question. I think a lot of people are thinking about that right now. At least, one or two great articles a day come out about that. But I think what's important to remember is that Kaplan was working on programs like Boost before all of this happened, because we were already hearing from parents and students that work readiness was something that they were lacking from their higher ed experience. And the, stats that you mentioned at the start of our conversation around how employers were feeling about, the quality of the applicants they were receiving in terms of their ability to start on day one and be a successful contributor to the company were pretty low. So I think we're going to keep following that trend. I think that families and students are going to be thinking about skills in the way that they used to be thinking about grades. And they're going to think about collecting those skills and creating, a new type of resume, which is I have experience in these things, which is proven I'm proficient in these types of skills. And those skills actually equal jobs, and jobs equal careers. So I think we'll spend a lot more time mapping pathways and thinking about alternative ways to get to the same outcome through pathways. I think higher ed is going to put a lot of attention on, how are we helping our students prepare for entering the workforce? The interesting thing about, graduating is that's where historically around that time is when people have had the inflection moment of like, okay, what do I want to be when I grow up? I think people are going to have a much better understanding of, what they're good at and where they want to go at a younger age. And I think that higher ed will better collaborate with the actual market in terms of where students can actually get jobs post graduation. You're going to see companies take a larger role in educating students, even if it's not for an internship, but just letting them know like these are the type of new economy skills that are coming out of this company. We're eager to continue to innovate in many different areas, and we're hopeful that like you'll continue to learn in those same areas so we can match those things up come graduation.
Yep.
But yeah, now that we've seen, what type of learning can be unlocked with online, I think that there's going to be a lot more diverse paths that students take. The one thing that I do know is that students still are going to really crave, cohorts, connection, peers, camaraderie, some of the stuff that you were just mentioning. And that's definitely why we are creating these, groups within Boost so people can have peers that they move through. That I don't think will ever go away. People's deep desire to make those connections and networks. And I think what's interesting is those networks can now mass a much greater distance. You don't have to be in the same dorm room to create a network. You can be in different states or even different countries, and that can still become part of your choral community that supports you into entering your professional career.